This video is brought to you by Holocasa. Our tool transforms independent local real estate agents to global real estate agents. Create your own profile for free and get contacted by international investors. Sign up with the link in the description. Hello and welcome everyone to our 85th session of Holocasa. My name is Michael and today I'm talking to Noorain Mohiddin from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Noorain is an independent licensed real estate agent in Malaysia based in Kuala Lumpur and specializing in the Klang Valley area. Her focus is on housing, residential and commercial and the industrial area, and she's advising also international property buyers, especially from the UK and also from Australia. Noorain, thank you so much for being on the show today. Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for having me here with you. I have been in this industry for almost 5 years now. I focus in the greater KL area, where it is Kuala Lumpur and the state of Selangor. I assist sellers to put their property in the market when they want to sell it, or also for buyers who are looking for their perfect home.
Awesome. You being based in Malaysia, for our international audience listening to us right now, give us an overview of Malaysia and especially the real estate market in Malaysia.
Okay. Just like everywhere in the world, we are all in the pandemic stage, right? Actually, last year, for the first 3 months of year 2020, we were doing all right. And then the pandemic hit us. And from March until about May, there were not much activities. I wouldn't say no activities at all, because there were activities where people were still looking for houses, and also people starting to in the market, because they already feel like, they should downsize or, have a change of lifestyle when this thing happened. But from May onwards, things started to get busier. The market started to get busier. Even in my agency, we see a lot of people making transaction happen. Some even had their biggest year last year. It's really amazing, actually, how some people can actually make money when we feel like everything is slowing down, right? So in Malaysia, we have different types of people looking for different kinds of property. So the older ones are trying to downsize and trying to live simply from a big house. So they put their house in the market. So some bigger family trying to move into a bigger house. So the crossover and the transactions really happening, but of course, we expected it to be much more, and a lot of people are saying it's not easy. It's not an easy market, but I would say that things are happening.
Got it. Do you see any movement also out from Kuala Lumpur to the suburbs, or is it staying within Kuala Lumpur, staying within the suburbs? Is there a certain direction where real estate investments and buyers go?
Yes, because, during this lockdown time, people are cooped up in where they're staying. So people in Kuala Lumpur, they're looking to go out of the city. One of the popular places like Penang, it's an island. So people are looking into buying a place where they can look at the sea, and also Highlands. They're looking at land where they can build their own home and to have like land to plant. People are so much into planting their own vegetables,
Nice.
So yeah, people are looking at land where they can invest in, not too big, maybe about 5,000 square feet, enough for their house, enough for their agri area, where they can have their herbs garden, things like that.
And talking a little bit about Kuala Lumpur, first and foremost, can you give us, for the ones who have not been to Kuala Lumpur, a quick overview on maybe there some districts, some upcoming areas, some interesting neighborhoods where you think that people might be more and more flocking to, might be more buying, and something which might not be too appreciated in the market?
Yeah, we have had a lot of foreign buyers coming to Kuala Lumpur, particularly because a lot of things are happening in KL. So it depends on which age group they're from. So if they have school-going children, they would want to be somewhere that's near their school, right? So the popular places would be Ampang or Mont Kiara, even KLCC area. KLCC area, if you know about Kuala Lumpur, you might have seen the Twin Towers. So anywhere around it is KLCC area. So for investors who want to buy, and not necessarily for them to live there, but to make money out of it, they would choose anywhere around KLCC area. It's a mix because in the KLCC area or even central area where our KL Central is, where the train is. It's the heart of Malaysia, actually. We can travel anywhere in Malaysia from there. So the KLIA, which is the international airport, there's a train that takes you directly to the airport from there. A train that takes you up north from there. I mean, like, it takes you everywhere from KL Central. So people also want to invest, even foreigners invest their money in that area because it's so accessible, right? So for retirees, they would prefer more on the outside of KL, like where it's more peaceful, where it's not busy. Like I said again, Penang. Penang is one popular area where they would look into. Also Sabah. So Sabah is where people go there to dive. So we have popular islands there where diving would be, awesome because it's really near the Philippines. And as you know, Philippines very popular for diving sites, right? So we have a mix of that city and not countryside.
Absolutely. And making sure I get that correctly, because you're focusing on the Klang Valley area. That's basically the suburbs and surroundings around Kuala Lumpur, including the suburbs, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Now talking a little bit about how to buy. And first question obviously is also, can I even buy? There are a lot of countries where there are some restrictions. You need a local person who is involved, or you just can go for a lease for 50 years. How is that in Malaysia?
Yeah, I have done a little bit of research as well. So from what I have learned, so in Southeast Asia, Malaysia is one of the places that that people are coming to buy because the restrictions, I would say, is not as bad as other countries, our neighboring countries like Indonesia or Thailand. In Malaysia, foreigners are allowed to buy, but there is a minimum amount. Like in Kuala Lumpur, the minimum amount is ringgit Malaysia 1 million. And in Selangor area, it has to be 2 million and above. And Selangor, the state of Selangor, more strict, where foreigners can only buy property that is not individual. I mean, like, it has to be strata title. The title is very important. So as a foreigner, you have to look for property that has got strata title, and then and buy. But in Kuala Lumpur, it's not as strict. So as long as it's above 1 million, you can talk. We can see how to go about it. But of course, there are still some other restrictions that you have to look into. So because there's a freehold, there's leasehold, and then we also have a Malay reserve land where only the Malays are allowed to purchase.
Mhm.
So even Malaysians who are not Malay are not allowed to buy. So more so for foreigners, they can't even
Yeah.
buy that.
Interesting. Yeah, I have. I know about several countries having those certain restrictions. Also, let's say close to border sites or ports where foreigners may not buy. I'm not aware of countries where a certain, let's call it tribe or a certain kind of people have to. Pardon me.
Different races. Different races.
Yeah, different. Yeah, they are. It's more or less like reserved for them to buy. That's interesting. I have a quick follow-up question. So that means I can own the property as long as it is above, or the property value is above 1 million ringgit, which equals around 250,000 US dollars, and then the title is on my name.
Yes, I'll explain to you about that. Okay, when you buy a property in Malaysia, of course you have to first select the one that you want, and then you have to book the property. So booking fee is usually about 3% of the agreed price. Okay, once you have an agreed price, you have to allocate 3% for the booking fee. So within 21 days, you need to sign the sales and purchase agreement. So this is like a warranty for you. Once you sign this, yours. There's no such thing that people taking it away from you because it's yours. You have, but of course, once you sign the sales and purchase agreement, you have to come up with 7% more. So at that point, you must have paid about like 10% of the sales purchase price.
Yeah. Okay. That's very common to have. Other countries call it a promissory sales contract. So you have a certain down payment. You agree that you want to buy it. The down payment here is first is 5%, but then on top is another 7%. So we're talking about like 10 to 12% in total, making sure. More or less, or tell me if I'm. That's more or less it.
Yeah. They want 10%, but maybe for foreigners they may, if you can pay a little bit higher, you'll secure more. But yeah, 10% is good enough.
Okay. And then you agree upon probably upon a time period in which you then obviously
Usually it is 3 months.
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead, please.
Usually 3 months. Yeah, everything must be paid within 3 months. And then if that doesn't happen, you're given another 1 month with 8% interest to come up with the balance of the 90%.
Okay, got it. And then I know that also from different countries, it is sometimes the thing that when someone, for example, does not comply or does not want to buy, they have to buy a certain amount, or they have to pay a certain amount, like a penalty, because like on the buyer side, for example, I talked to Antonio from Portugal, the buyer has to even pay the seller has to pay even the double of the fee. I guess there's also something like that in an agreement to secure both parties.
Yeah, we have something that's called consent. So when a foreigner buying, like I've had one case where a Scotsman selling it to a Bangladeshi buyer. So they had to get consent from the state government, the federal government in this case, because it's in Kuala Lumpur. So that takes a while, maybe about 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get the consent before the name change can happen.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Makes total sense.
Mm.
Is there also, once I say, okay, I want to, I definitely want to buy, it's nice, I prefer to have it on my name, so it should be, above 250,000 US dollars. Is there also, do you know that a residency visa combined with it so that I can travel back and forth and I can reside a little bit in Malaysia?
We have what was called, why I say what was called is because at the moment everything is like on hold. We had what we call Malaysia as a second home, where you can actually make Malaysia as your second home because you're buying a property here. So it makes more sense to, to also apply for this, because then you can actually stay here more than 3 months, because usually you can only stay here up to 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to go back if you don't have any, any kind of visa. So this Malaysia, my second home, will allow you to stay here for more than 3 months, up to a year, if I'm not mistaken, without having to pay anything, or you're already allowed to, because you're already made. You have already made Malaysia as your second home.
Absolutely.
But at the moment, I'm not sure if you know, we had some change in our government. We've had 2 times change within the last 3 years. So a lot of things are, and then now the pandemic. So it's a bit
It's a bit
not sure.
insecure, yeah.
So as far as yeah. So at the moment, we don't even want to talk about that because nobody is offering that service at the moment.
Got it. Okay. However, still I can buy as a foreigner. I can invest. The only question is Malaysia is a second home. It's a little bit unsecure. So I really appreciate it. I think it's very good that you say we are just unsecure because we don't know where the government is going. Makes total sense.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
sure.
no, it makes total sense. So I, more or less in summary, you go to a real estate agent, you find a home, you decide, okay, I really would like to buy it. You sign the promissory sales contract, and then you go to a lawyer or to the municipality, and then you make all the signatures. Money is being transferred. That's more or less it, or am I missing something important?
Okay, once you have decided to buy through the agent that you may be comfortable with, they will appoint a lawyer for you. So the lawyer will actually do the running. So you don't have to actually worry about going to the state government or anything like that. They will advise you. Yes, they will get your signature and all that, but they will do the running. Lawyers actually will ask for 1% of the sales and purchase agreement value, and all the consent and all that. Maybe it's about 3% out of your sales purchase value that you may have to allocate to pay. Like for the agent, actually we have a ruling here that real estate agent can only collect commission from one side. So usually the seller would pay us. I have heard in one of the YouTube that one agent actually is asking from both sides. I would like to share with you that actually agents should only take from one side. So buyers, they do not have to pay the agents, not obliged to.
That's very good that you say that, and it would have been my next question, that making sure that you are working with a professional agent, and there's actually no reason not to work with an agent when you are a buyer, because basically, or normally in most cases, the seller is paying the commission.
Yes. But just be careful because I have heard even online that there are agents who are asking for commission from the buyer. Well, it is actually if there's an agreement that the buyer wants to pay, then it's all right. Usually, buyers will give like a token of appreciation.
Makes sense.
But they're not obliged. They're not obliged.
Coming to that one, that there's some real estate agents asking for money, which is basically, it's not a common rule. Is there are real estate agents in Malaysia? Are they is there certification? Is that regulated in a certain way? How does that work?
Yes, certified real estate negotiators, as we call it. We have to go through some courses, and then we will be given a license by the board of valuers. So only those with this license can negotiate for sales and purchase. There are brokers out there. Actually, they are not they're not legal. So it's dangerous actually if people use brokers, because brokers, from our observation and from what we have experienced, they will ask for commission from everywhere and like so much more. The ruling here for sellers, they can give up to 3% for commission. So real estate negotiators can get 3% from sellers. So that's their commission. So for buyers, they just have to allocate legal fees, and then like any name change. Usually the lawyer will advise them. It's up to like 3%.
Awesome.
From the
I really appreciate the detailed consulting session from your side. And it's awesome that you know all the details. It's super nice. Talking a little bit about one listing you are sharing with us. Maybe I'm just right now sharing the screen and showing the audience the listing itself. Maybe you can give us a quick overview, first of all, about the region. It's there's a city which is close by, which is Tanah Rata. You can maybe give us a quick overview of the Highlands and why the region in general is attractive.
That is in Cameron Highlands. Cameron Highlands is actually one of tourist spots, and it is located at the state called Pahang. Pahang is in the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia. People go there for the beach as well, but only in Pahang, because it's cut through by the ridge, the Titiwangsa ridge. It's that's why they have mountains there. So there are two popular highlands there. That's called Genting Highland, and the one that I had in my listing is called Cameron Highlands in Brinchang. Actually, that area has been there for a very long time, even during the British occupancy. So if you do go there, you will see a lot of colonial, you will get to see the buildings there that is more like colonial. And they are popular because of the tea plantation. So many popular tea like Lipton and Bow tea, they come from Cameron Highlands. So if you just take a drive up to Cameron Highlands, you will see like the whole area of tea plantation, which is actually quite beautiful. So that property is at one of the highest point in Cameron Highlands, and that particular unit is a penthouse unit, which is at the roof, at the top of the building, and it has got a rooftop garden. Just imagine a 360 degrees view of Cameron Highlands, right? on top of that. Yeah, and the temperatures usually like you can go down to 19, even 18 degrees during the day. So that doesn't happen in Kuala Lumpur very often.
That's nice.
Yeah, almost never. Yeah, that's nice.
Tell
Yeah.
us a little about the listing itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is like a service apartment. Okay. It is connected to the mall that is in Cameron Highlands. So they have made that area into a busy area where people can shop, people can stay there, and people can do a lot of activities, not just walking around the shopping mall, but also outside. People like to spend their time outside there. There's strawberry farm. There's like jungle trekking there with a famous jungle area which is mossy forest. Mossy, just like its name, everything is green. You feel like you're in a mossy kingdom or something like that. Yeah, so you imagine going jungle trekking with that in mind. You would. I mean, like I'm very imaginative, so it feels like in a movie
It's
for
nice,
me
yeah.
because everything is
Totally.
green. Yeah, and yeah,
Um,
yeah. So a lot of activities there.
and
A lot of outside.
and you have on the one
Sorry.
hand, very good access to, it's not like far from everywhere. It's on the one hand you have like very nice, beautiful landscape. It's very tranquil. But on the other hand, if you want to have like a little bit of buzz and a little bit of people around you, you then still like are very in an urban area, and you can have it as well. Correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
From your point of view, quick conclusion and also quick words which you would like to share with our audience before we ramp up. Something you would like to share and you would like our audience to know about maybe Malaysia, your services, and also some maybe other tips.
Yeah. Okay. If you learn more about Malaysia and me living here, I would share with you that this is a peaceful country. Um, most people here are very calm. Most can speak English. People are coming here from China because a lot of people here can also speak Mandarin. And the food that we offer here, because we live in a multicultural, multiracial community. So you not only back down to like just one kind of food, one kind of experience. So people from China are actually coming here to buy and to make Malaysia as their second home because of all this. It's comfortable here because in China it can be quite harsh during winter, and then the Middle Easterns are also coming here because Malaysia is also a Muslim country. So it's easy to get food, halal food, and the community here are very accepting of other cultures as well. So I can think of these two, but I know that many more are coming this way, not just to invest, but I have spoken to at least 5 Americans who want to be out of America and retire in Malaysia. So they're looking at something that's similar to Florida, maybe that they have the beach, they have the hot weather all year long, and we have a lot of property, interesting property that you can choose from. So just list down what you're interested in, and the purchase of property here, you have a warranty of having it as yours, as your name is there.
It's very good, and I have to say I learned a lot today, and I really like your insights. First of all, you gave us a quick good overview of Malaysia in general. You told us that about a little bit about the regions, from east to west, from south to north. You gave us also a quick, nice overview of your services and your offerings, and also especially telling us what you need to do in order to buy and also own it on your name. I think that's important, and especially I really like the way that you guided us through the buying process and making sure that we understand on not only the fees but also the steps which have to be taken. I also really like that you pointed out the importance of working with a licensed and good real estate agents, and that you rounded that up with a nice listing in the T region, which is a little bit far from the crowded spaces in Kuala Lumpur, but also very nice to live in.
Yeah.
For people who want to contact you now, how can they do that in the best way? How can they reach out to you?
I have Hello Casa, but also, you can contact me through my email, which is WN Noorain, like my name, W Noorain, at gmail.com. I think that's the best way. And then, we can take it from there.
Noorain, thank you so much. I wish you a nice evening. It's already 9 p.m. in Malaysia. Right now where I am, it's right now noon, so I'm going to have lunch. I wish you, I send you the best regards, and we talk soon. And thank you once again for being part of the show.
Thanks so much, Michael. All the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.